Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Sports Today. If you're just joining us, bit of a breaking news update for you guys. We have our first FIFA World Cup finalists. You're that right. We have our first FIFA World Cup finalists, courtesy of Argentina beating Croatia 3-0 to make it through to the finals. And before we get into any talk about the match, just want to take a small moment, pay tribute to a man who's probably played his last World Cup game and who unfortunately ended up having a rather tame send off into what could very well be international retirement. We don't know, it's not been officially confirmed yet, but I think it's safe to say that Luka Modric, 37 years old, probably has played his last World Cup game. What a man he's been for Croatia, what a midfielder he was, still is. But unfortunately for him, today was not meant to going to be the kind of swan song that he was expecting. He would have doubtless wanted that they can upset Argentina, make it to another World Cup final, maybe, just maybe, right the wrongs of last year. Now, obviously, that hasn't happened. The key thing, though, if you're an Argentina fan, if you're a Lionel Messi fan, is that Argentina are through to the finals. Now, quick stats for you guys, obviously. This is going to be Messi's second World Cup final. He was in the World Cup final, of course, in 2014 when they lost to Germany. And interestingly, also, Argentina till date, whenever they have made it to the semi-finals of a World Cup, they have always gone on to make it to the finals. They made it to the semis in 78 when they won their first World Cup. They made it to the semis in 86. Then in 90 when they finished runners-up, 2014 as well, and 2018, now 2022. They are through to the finals once again after making the semis. It continues a rather interesting, update. In fact, rather an interesting, let's say, streak that these guys have. The Argentines, they make it to the semi-final. They know what to do to make it to the final. And just quickly talk about today's performance. Before I get into taking all of y'all's comments, I'm seeing them flowing. Very happy that you guys are joining us here because, man alive, we were watching the match. All of us who were watching it, whether it be us at Sports Today, the AajTak guys, we were all at the edge of our seats and just marveling at the magic we got to saw. So, quick thing, obviously, first half, the biggest change for me, for what which I saw, was when you saw the playing 11s come and you saw, wait, are Argentina playing four midfielders? Instantly, I said, look, they're probably doing it as a diamond formation because what they want to do is overwhelm Croatia's midfield three, which is arguably their three strongest players. So Modric, Kovacic, and Brozovic, these are their three strongest players, and their midfield, when they would dominate, they could get it to their forwards and potentially create goal-scoring chances. Lionel Scaloni, Lionel Scaloni, the Argentine manager, he went for playing four midfielders to overwhelm the Croatian midfielders, the Croatian trio. And it was a tactic that worked a treat because, for the most part, they were very stifled. They would often have to be forced wide to make chances. Argentina, meanwhile, were patient. They sat deep and sprung forward in numbers when they had the chance. That is, in fact, how they won the penalty. And I've seen some debates over the penalties. A lot of people have said that, maybe it wasn't a penalty. For me personally, I disagree with the notion that it wasn't a penalty simply because there really was no other place Alvarez could have gone from there. He attempted the shot, and the way Livakovic came charging in, he was always risking fouling the player. And I'm not saying it was the hardest tackle in the world, but there was enough contact there for it to be justified. A penalty, that sort of a tackle, would be given a free kick outside the box. So it was a penalty. Messi converted beautifully as expected. Very good penalty. It was hit hard, it was hit high. The goalkeeper stood no chance. 1-0 from there on out, and then that second goal by Julian Alvarez. Man, if there's anything that actually amazes me is that Julian Alvarez is not a first-choice starter at his club. But then again, he plays for Manchester City, where Erling Haaland is the first-choice striker. But man, Alvarez really showing his quality here. That second goal was all about dogged determination, finding the right finish at the right time. 2-0 up into halftime, you're thinking, okay, very much Argentina's game to lose, but you'd seen them throw away a similar position of comfort against even the Netherlands. No worries here. Croatia did actually get, in fact, they did get forward in numbers in the second half, but once again, it was that man, that magician, that alien, whatever the hell you want to call him, Leo Messi, made a goal from out of absolutely nothing, gifts it to Alvarez on a plate. Second goal for Alvarez. Alvarez now has 4 goals, if I'm not wrong, and he's now second in the Ballon d'Or, in the Golden Boot standings. Messi and Mbappe currently lead the tally with, in fact, 5 goals. So that was the match summary. And after that third goal went in, you could see that, Croatia were deflated. Argentina went for playing three, defenders at the back along with three midfielders and two forwards. So 3-5-2 at that point, you're like, okay, it's a game nullified. It's only a matter of them seeing the game through, which they did. To make things even better, they managed to see it through with a clean sheet. So if you're an Argentina fan, that was as good as a semi-final encounter as you could get. It was very well done, both from a team perspective, from an individual perspective, and in fact, even from the perspective of their individual performances. I mean, all of these players really are actually putting in their, shifts. They were really working hard, and wow, I just am amazed. And to be fair, I have been saying it for a while. I've said it on the channel. I've said it off the air when we've been having our discussions here at Sports Today among each other and our colleagues, our bosses. And I've kept saying Argentina has something in them. They're proving me right so far. Will they prove me right again on Sunday? Well, that's something that we'll only know on Sunday. But for now, enough of me talking. Let's take a few of y'all's comments because, man, oh man, I did see a lot of them flowing in. So let's start. Aditya Mohanty is saying, will the yellow cards be carried to the finals? No. It'll be a clean slate because, again, it's the final match and then the next World Cup is in 4 years' time. It doesn't carry through. Harshraj, of course, I remember you. Hello. So happy to see you with us on the live. Aditya Mohanty is asking, any injury updates on Di Maria and De Paul? I don't think either of them were injured. De Paul was rested because he's their first choice defensive mid. And so that's why they were resting him. But Di Maria, I think it was a tactical call to not bring him on. Harshraj says Messi is GOAT. Sanket Joshi too, singing in his praises. I'll have to agree with you guys there. You know, for a fact, big time Messi fan me. And I loved watching him play today. I loved watching him run circles. Love Rami says this was the night of the number 9 and 10. Messi is now the all-time goal scorer for Argentina. 11 and 5 World Cup goals in this single World Cup. Kudos to them. That's true. This World Cup, in fact, has seen Messi score in the knockouts for the first time. And now he's scored 3 goals in the knockout stages itself. Who says he can't do it in the knockout stages? He's done it thrice now. Ashish Jha with a big prediction saying Morocco will definitely upset. Well, I hope they can upset France first tomorrow because that will be something massive. Akash Bharadwaj, hello, nice to see you. He believes that there's an 8th Ballon d'Or loading for Messi or only Mbappe can stop him. You know what? I'm going to have to agree with you on that because if Messi wins them the World Cup, the kind of showing he's had here for me, I am in fact, 100% saying that for me, he would be, the final, the front runner really for winning the golden ball, and he would 100% be the front runner for winning the Ballon d'Or as well. Sanket Joshi says, love the way they came back with the 2 goals even though it wasn't a penalty. Disagree slightly, it was a soft penalty but it was a penalty. Love Rami saying, should Argentina change their lineup or stick with this? I think they'll change. They were only playing with this formation today to kind of counter Croatia because they have a nice, very dominant 3-man midfield with France. Let's assume France make it through Morocco. I think they'll have to change their tactics, so they might very well change it. I think we might see Di Maria come back for this, finals. Sanket Joshi says Lisandro Martinez, Julian Alvarez, Alexis McAllister, and Nahuel Molina, all very, very good players. Agreed. It's really amazing to see, and that's the thing. And even today, one thing which has to be noted about this Argentina side is they have defenders. Besides, of course, Otamendi. They have the likes of, you have Christian Romero, you have Lisandro Martinez on the bench. It's just amazing. Love Rami says, yes, just fantastico. Muy buenas performance from Argentina. Wholeheartedly agree with you, and hopefully we don't get to see any more bobos from Messi today. Sanket Joshi, though, as I said, yes, equally sad for Modric. Love the guy. He's such a class act. Been such a wonderful ambassador for Croatian football. Sad to see him go out there, but at least he made it to the final and has also won a Ballon d'Or. Saransh Thapan, our producer, is on us with us, by the way. He just puts a goat emoji. I wonder who that's for. Spicy Sports saying, hope Morocco beat France. If that happens, man alive. Abhilash Das says, that wasn't football. That's pure art by the man Messi. Oh man, that assist. Oof. Man, I can't actually, I'm struggling to describe just how well he constructed that goal. Spicy Sports also says, addiction of watching sports is the most miserable experience in the world. Can't focus on self-goal after 10 days of my exam. Okay, Spicy Sports, I can relate to your pains, but do try and focus on your exams. Good luck with them. And remember, if you do miss out on anything, we here at Sports Today will be here to upload you. Saranj, go to sleep, yaar. He's saying big fan, sir. Batao. Aditya Mohanty is saying, Messi ke andar Maradona ki atma aa gayi hai. Yes, that boy has got the dog in him for sure. Sanket, watch along for the finals. We might actually just try that. I'm not making you any promises, but that would be something I would like to consider. Sunny Kumar says some sort of stiffness in Messi's thighs. He was running a lot. Okay, he's really running a lot. All in one is saying at which final will this stadium will the final take place? It'll be at the Lusail Stadium. Let's see. Any more comments to take? Big Batista 2009. I think you're a WWE fan. Hope Messi lifts the World Cup, a final feather in his hat of glory, and also a tribute for Diego Maradona. Absolutely agree with you. Yes, Akash Bharadwaj, Messi for me, best player right now, along with Benzema and Mbappe. Absolutely. Let's see, any more comments to take? And yes, as a Saransh, our producer, rightfully points out, that getting to see the GOAT of commentary, Peter Drury, commenting on the GOAT, Lionel Messi, oof. It's the kind of stuff you live for as a sports fan. But anyway, that is it from us at Sports Today, here and now. We do have a couple of things to, in fact, wrap up before it is that I get to go home and get a little bit of sleep before tomorrow's second semi-final. So I'm going to get back to that. I'm going to leave you guys. If you want to go to sleep, well and good. Thank you all for joining us. I appreciate you all. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, leave us a comment, tap that bell icon, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. But if you're inclined to actually, stay awake and try and catch the highlights, we at the AajTak app have you covered. You can go ahead, watch all of the highlights there. We have goal-by-goal highlights, including, of course, those wonderful goals from Julian Alvarez, that assist from Messi. Everything is there. We'll also have match updates, match highlights for you soon enough in the language of your choice, be it Hindi or English. All free, of course. So what are you waiting for? Download the app now. Watch the highlights. I know I will be. And don't forget to join us tomorrow as we break down the second semi-final, Morocco versus France. Thank you all once again for joining us. Good night. Bye-bye. Take care. And I'll see you tomorrow.